Hello and good afternoon, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Alison from Align with Alison. I am a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with women who are 30, who are looking for 30 plus, who are looking for the partners that they deserve. Thus far, I've worked with over a dozen women and we've seen amazing results. So if you are looking for any kind of guidance, assistance, help, please feel free to subscribe to this channel where I offer plenty of advice, plenty of guidance, plenty of support, as well as on my Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to work together, then book a call. But nonetheless, we are here today for another reason. And today's reason, and today's, hey Cardi, and today's discussion revolves around a song of an artist that I admire. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. Again, I'm Alison. I'm from Brooklyn. Went to Boys and Girls High School on Fulton Street, which is right down the block from Brevoy Projects, where the rapper Fabulous is from, right? I actually met him right in the beginning, where I think he was still wearing like the throwbacks, and then he had the matching 11s, the patent leather 11 Jordans. And then back then he used to wear like a paper, paper towel bandana, right? So this was way in the beginning, and I was with my friend Siobhan. So I grew up on St. Mark's between Rochester and Buffalo, which is like 7 or 8 blocks away from Brevoy. So me and my friend Siobhan, I don't know what we were doing. I don't know. Oh, I remember now. We were walking down Utica Avenue, and there was some guys. We were like 14 or 15. There was some guys, teenage guys, a little bit older, like maybe 17, 18, who approached us. They were trying to talk to us. And so I think they asked Siobhan for her number, and she went in her book bag and she took out a piece of paper, because this is before cell phones and all that kind of stuff, right? So she took out a piece of paper. She took the piece of paper out, and then so she could write down her number, or to give the guy so he can write down his number. And on the other side of the paper was like some rhymes that she wrote. And he was like, "Oh, shorty, you rhyme. What's your rap name?" I'm gonna send this to Siobhan later. So she said, "Oh, my name is Shorty Exclusive." So he was like, "Oh, spit for me." So she had some bars, she spit for him, whatever. Like, "Oh, you nice." It's like, "Yo, we're actually friends with this guy, Fabulous." He may have been by like Fabulous Sport back then. I don't even know. This is like the beginning of his career. "Oh, I know a dude named Fab. He's in Brevoy right now. Like, yo, we want to put y'all on." So me and Siobhan and mad hype, be like, cool, we're gonna go. So we walk with them, and this is like maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was warm outside. So maybe it was springtime, right? Like maybe like May. So me and Siobhan, we walk down Utica, turn, we go to Brevoy. We go to a place called the Coliseum. So the Coliseum in Brevoy is like a central location where there's like Coliseum style seating, and then there's basketball hoops, right? So people who live in the projects can watch games or whatever, socialize or what have you. So me and Siobhan, we approach the Coliseum, and there's maybe like 20 dudes. All of them got chains on and throwback jerseys. And again, this is like the early 2000s. So in classic early 2000s style. So we're with the guys that we just met on Utica, mad dangerous, but we're teenagers, whatever. So we with those guys, and then we walk down and we go over to the Coliseum, and Fab is there. All these dudes are surrounding Fab. Again, this is the beginning of Fab's career, so he didn't need like armed security, and he might have just had like 2 tracks, but he was fire, or at least 2 tracks that was out, because he was doing mixtapes and stuff with Clue. But he had like 2 songs that was on the radio. He's a good-looking guy, handsome young guy. He's from the hood. He's like in the perfect garb, like he's wearing the clothes everybody's wearing. He has the chains. He's right, so he's the shit. So these guys walk up like, "Yo, what up, Fab?" And they peace, and everybody, "What up, what up?" And it's like, "Yo, we just met these 2 shorties right here, and they rap, and they want to rap for you." So he's like, "All right, cool, go ahead, shorties, rap." So my friend Siobhan, she goes first. She spit her rhyme, which I know about her, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all today, and no, I'm not gonna do that to her. So she spit her 16. He's like, "Oh, shorty, you nice. All right, I see you, Shorty Exclusive, I see you." And it was like, "Well, what about her friend?" Talking about me. So I don't even know if I told most people this story. So they said, "What about your friend?" Talking to me. So I'm like, "Yeah, I rap. And it's like, "Yo, spit something." So I actually was too nervous, right? I was so nervous. So I'm like, "Oh, nah, chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't rap for free. You know what I mean? I don't do all that for free. If y'all got that bread, you know what I'm saying? If y'all got that bread." So niggas was like, "Oh," they was laughing like, "Oh, shorty, fire." Well, I don't think they said that at the time, because fire wasn't the thing. Like, "Oh, you mad funny, you flower. I see you, shorty." So I ended up ironically getting mad credit and getting kudos and getting props from these guys. And I didn't even end up rapping. And my friend who had I don't like saying having the balls because balls are weak. Like she had the strength, right? Like she had the ability, she had the confidence that she rapped and she got her kudos. But when I was like, nah, chill, you know what I'm saying? I don't rap for free. I got all this credit, but in reality, I was faking the funk because I was just too nervous. Anywho, point being, I met Fab like 10 years ago and it was a very exciting time and I was happy to meet him. So this is no disrespect to the artists. However, we do have to hold our artists accountable when the music they make is toxic. Toxic, toxic, toxic. Now, again, we were kids, right? So a lot of the folks who's listening now, like we were in our either, if you're younger than me, you might have been in junior high, you were in high school. So we probably weren't listening too close. But I need to know for the folks who was like adults. So if you was in your 40s when these songs was coming out in the 90s and early 2000s, I need to know what were y'all thinking? Because these songs are hits. So that means you was feeling it, you supported it, you thought this ideology made sense, like this was cool to you. And I need to know because I don't understand. So Walker Miss Walker says, I can't believe I used to chant this crap as a kid. Like, well, don't feel bad because we were kids. So I want to know what the 40-year-old, the 45-year-olds were doing. Like the 45-year-olds, what was y'all doing? Because y'all means y'all was like 20 something years old. Nonetheless, so if you follow me on Instagram at Align with Alison, you already know that the song of the week is Fabulous featuring Little Mo and some other dude. No disrespect to you, dude, if you ever see this. I will pull it up in a second. But nonetheless, it's Fabulous featuring Little Mo. And the name of the song is Can't Let You Go. So obviously, we already know that this is toxicity at its finest. So like, you can't let people go. Yes, you can. You better let them go. If they're no good for you, if they're not healthy for you, if they're not adding value to your life, you best to let them go. So the title alone is problematic. Let them go. Let them go, sis. It's not a good fit. It's not a good match. It's not healthy. Brother, let her go. It's not working. So the title of the song is, that was my song. Yes. I mean, that was my song too. But now as adults, we have to hold these artists accountable and the writers accountable. A lot of times, well, with rappers, it's usually the rapper. Unless you got a ghost rapper, but or a ghost writer. But for R&B artists, they usually are not the writers. So we have to hold these writers accountable for the BS that they were writing. And we got to hold these artists accountable for co-signing that. Like, yes, that's a song I want to sing. That's a song I'm going to put on my album. That's a song that I want to promote as a single. That's going to be a mega hit. Because all the songs that I've been sharing with you guys for the last, I don't know how it's been, 7 weeks, have been mega hits. So this was a mega hit for Fab. But not taken away from his artistry or his how he repped for New York City, how he repped for Brooklyn. But this song right here, problem. All right, folks, so we're going to go ahead and get started. If there's anyone who's just joining, hello, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on this God green earth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily, but not exclusively, work with women 30 plus to help them find the partnerships that they deserve. But my other passion is hip hop and R&B music, especially from the 90s and the early 2000s. So every week on Monday at 12 Eastern, I come on and I share with my amazing audience some of the most problematic but popular songs that we'd love to listen to from the 90s and early 2000s that had some very toxic messaging around relationships. Now, of course, we could go ahead and analyze every hip hop song that's ever been created and probably find some misogynistic or toxic or problematic language. We're not talking about that. This is not an attack on hip hop because I love hip hop. And if y'all follow me, y'all know I literally post on my Instagram every day in reference to some hip hop song. Some, it's been 10 years since this album came out, me rapping lyrics myself. I always add music to my stories, and 99% of the time it's a hip hop song. Today I posted a story talking about you need to get up and go. Like we have no time. And of course, what did I think about? Lil' Kim, no time. We got no time for fake ones, right? So this is not an attack against hip hop or R&B at all. This is an attack on particular songs that are outrageously toxic and outrageously problematic. And the entire message is just filled with negativity and messaging that we should not acknowledge or appreciate. Now, of course, we can still enjoy the music, but I want us to be aware because what we take in is what we put out. So first we have to be aware of the toxicity that we're choosing to engage with so that we can be more aware as we move forward. I hope that this all makes sense for anyone who's just joining for today. And we're going to go ahead and get started. If you are new, you will know that I'm going to play portions of the song. We'll play the chorus. We'll play portions of the verse. We stop. We analyze the lyrics because many times we do not listen to the lyrics. And we even know the lyrics, but we don't really listen and internalize it. We're going to speak about it. Feel free, please, write in the chat. Let me know if you think that I'm far off, I'm wild, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Or if you're aligning with Alison and you agree that what I'm saying makes sense, because it does. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm also, by the way, playing the music video. Sometimes I play the version with the lyrics, and sometimes I play the music video in the background so that we all can hear it. And as a result, sometimes we hear additional parts that wasn't a part of the song, but the artist chose to put it in the video to further clarify. And many times those additional pieces, like the little acting scenes, clearly state and clearly reinforce how problematic these lyrics are. So again, for the third time, let's go ahead and get started.
Baby girl, you know my situation, and sometimes I know you get impatient, but you don't put on a show to get ovations. Take it to court and go do litigations, and I respect your gangster. Treat you like a princess and put some on your neck to thank you. She's my pinch hitter. When the starting lineup ain't playing right, I come off the bench with her. It might sound like...
All right. I'm taking notes. I hope that you guys are taking notes with me. This is my lunchtime, so even though I'm not working and I'm on my lunch, I'm working with y'all. So I'm still taking my trusty notes. There were 3 particular lines that were extremely problematic to me, and I want to review them with y'all, and you let me know what you think. Yes, Cardi. I'm about to get to that. That's why I had to stop right there, because that was already a mouthful. So he starts by saying that, you know my situation, baby girl. You know my situation. So I'm going to give him credit where credit is due, which might surprise y'all. I did not realize when listening to this song again that the side chick or the secondary girl or the girl who came after, or whatever you want to call her, knew that he was already dealing with another woman. So I would say that he's cheating on one person, which is the original girlfriend or main chick or girlfriend or first one or whatever language you want to use to describe her. So in all fairness, this whole time, I was under the impression that he was leading full-fledged relationships with 2 women at the same time, and both women did not know. So this is the importance of listening to music again and again and really actually listening, right? But he started with, you know, the situation. So the good thing is, if you're looking for any kind of like silver lining, is that he's only cheating on one girl versus cheating on 2 girls. That's what I thought. And then he says that she is his princess, and he put something on her neck to thank her. Thank her for what? Thank her for keeping her mouth shut. Because right in the line right before that, like he said, he appreciates that she doesn't go through litigation. I'm sure they're not married, but something along the lines of like not being argumentative or being problematic. So in essence, he's paying for her silence. In essence, he's paying for access to her, right? Which we've spoken about at length in other songs. Whether or not you think that's problematic, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all, but he's saying that he is thanking her for either access to her or her keeping her mouth shut by buying her jewelry. And then I stopped right after he said, when the starting lineup is acting funny, this is when he accesses her or contacts her or reaches out to her. So, lineup, like, so when I think lineup, I think about basketball, right? I'm not extremely sports savvy, so apologize if I have this all wrong, right? But when it's the lineup, isn't that like the 5 players that's about to go out to start the game, like the starting 5, right? Usually like your top 5 or most strategically selected players who go out to start the game so you can start the game strong. And then as those players get tired, then you start to rotate like the 6th man, 7th man or whatever. So is Fab saying that he like dead ass has a lineup? I don't think that's what he really means. I really think he means the main chick. So even though he said starting lineup, which would indicate to me in basketball 5 people, I don't think that Fab has 5 girlfriends. I think he's just talking about like the key player. So his girlfriend, when his girlfriend is acting up, this is when he reaches out to the side chick. So let's do a rewind, right? So I did Me and My Crazy World by the Lost Boys, right? I'm in the mix, I'm in love with two women. And he had this same kind of ideology that really pissed me off. So what we're going to do, this makes sense to these guys, right? Or women or whoever's listening to the song who thinks that this is a good idea. What makes sense to them is that when there is a problem in your relationship, instead of investing the time, effort, and energy to resolve that problem, what we're going to do is we're going to take time and effort and energy and invest it in building with somebody else. That makes sense? Or, especially with Lost Boys, Me and My Crazy World, Mr. Cheeks was the reason why the chick was being problematic, like the main girl was like having an attitude and carrying on, was because he was cheating on her. Lo and behold, yes, your girlfriend's going to be mad at you and have an attitude with you if she is suspicious of the fact that you're cheating on her. How are you mad at her? How are you mad at your girlfriend because they are suspicious of your behavior and your activity and they think that you're cheating? And so as a result, they're angry, they're frustrated, they're inquisitive, they're digging, and you mad at them. So to go back to Fab, he says when the starting lineup is acting funny, this is when he messes with the other chick. Maybe the starting lineup is acting funny because you're messing with another chick. Or if that's not the problem, instead of you investing the time, effort, and energy in the new chick, why don't you try to resolve the original problem? Y'all help me out. What's that expression that mean? That's like something like the grass is greener where you water it, or something along those lines. Like, hello, put the effort and energy in investing in your current girlfriend, or leave her, whatever, instead of you blaming her for being attitudey and annoying and frustrating and whatever, and then putting your effort and energy into somebody else. Let's go to the comments real quick before we move on. So Chiquita says, I didn't even realize that until now, that whole part in regards to the lineup. Cardi says, but in middle school, I had a team, so I related. Tanya says 0.05 for honesty. Out of 100, Tanya, I mean, I would give half credit. I don't know, is that half credit? That's 0.05, that's 5%. Because that means you only cheat on one girl. That's better than Mr. Cheeks in Me and My Crazy World, where he was cheating on two of them. So she's a jump off. Yeah, she's a jump off. And I mean, that's my impression. If she knows what the situation is, she is dealing with a rapper. She's dealing with this guy, knowing that he has a full-fledged girlfriend, and he rewards her with jewelry. Yeah. Oh, you showing your age though, Chiquita, by calling her a jump off. I haven't heard that in mad long. Jump off. You know she's a jump off. So Cardi says, we got to start paying attention to this music. It's so crazy how music is so impressed on our minds that we don't even realize it. The grass is greener where you water it. Exactly. The grass ain't green on the other side. Yes. Water your grass. Okay. Yeah, Tanya, you got to go back. You know what? And I'm a huge fan of the Lost Boys, like Mr. Cheeks, Every Day High. I'm a huge fan. But that song was toxic. I'm in the mix. I'm in love with two women. All right, so let's go back. Let's continue the rest of Fab's verse, and let's see if he continues to dig himself into a bigger hole.
Like I'm passing ya, but it takes time to get from the backseat to the passenger. We've been creeping and sneaking just to keep it from leaking. We so deep in our freaking and we don't sleep on the weekend. Wifey's a little bit uptight. Wonder why I keep coming home in the middle of the night. It'll be alright if y'all bump heads. It'll be a fight. What I said, it'll be alright. Come on.
All right. So something he said that I did not hear here until I listened to it again when I was right before I got with y'all. Like I didn't do my homework. He says it takes time to get from the back seat. And in the video, he's like this, right? He's sitting on the edge of the bed and he says it takes time to get from the back seat to the passenger. So in essence, ladies, Fabulous, aka old school name Fabulous Sport. Fabulous is telling us that we have to earn our place at minimum in his life in regards to being the main chick or the number one chick. We got to earn it. Like, it takes time. Like this is a promotion on a job. You got to prove your worth. That's what he said. I didn't say that's what he said. Don't beat me up. That's what the man said. It takes time to get from the back seat. That's how he was in the video. From the back seat to the passenger. That's what he said. Versus a healthy relationship, which is we meet, we're dating, we're courting. I'm getting to see whether or not I think we're an appropriate match, if we have the same values, if we have the same goals, if we are compatible. Compatibility, people really forget about compatibility because folks can have the same goals and values. But if we are not compatible, if our personalities are not a good mesh, then it's going to be hell in that house. Then leading to, well, then let's commit. Let's decide whether or not we want to commit. And once we're in a committed relationship, let's decide whether or not, because that should have been talked about from the beginning. If we decide that we're going to get married or not, if we decide that we want to have a lifelong commitment or not, that's the timeline of healthiness, right? The timeline of healthiness is not, it takes time to get from the back seat to the passenger. Okay, Fab? Okay. Thanks, Fab. Then he says that his girlfriend at home's a little bit uptight, wondering why he keeps coming home in the middle of the night. I'm like, again, this is the same language like Mr. Cheeks from The Lost Boys. Like, what you... Wifey, a little bit uptight, wondering why I keep coming home in the middle of the night. I mean, sir, wouldn't you be uptight if your significant other keeps coming home in the middle of the night, sir? Or is it that she must stay home, similar to Song Cry? And please feel free to go back and listen to my Song Cry episode, even though Rock Nation and YouTube don't play and they extracted the song from my video, but you get the analysis nonetheless. Nonetheless, of course, sir, yes, I'm going to be a bit uptight if my significant other keeps coming home in the middle of the night. And again, is the expectation that she's supposed to be home waiting for you, right? And then, and when you come home in the middle of the night, there's an expectation that she's supposed to just shut the F up and take this behavior. And if she did the same thing to you, like Jay-Z in Song Cry, months later, she decides that she's going to move on. Now she's the bad guy. Is that the expectation here? Because that would really piss me off, Mr. Fabulous. Really piss me off. And then he continues to say, if y'all bump heads, it'll be a fight. But I said it'll be all right. Y'all see this face? I mean, I'm getting some good sunlight today, right? This face don't fight. I can't fight. Okay, I got a little scar right here. I got a little blemish mark right. Like, that's enough. I'm not fighting. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not fighting. Now, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. You see this? This is actually attached to I'm not fighting. Then you see these strange, I'm not fighting. And if you feel, anybody out there in this YouTube world feels like they need to fight in order to maintain their relationship, that's not healthy, y'all. If anybody puts you in a position where you have to fight, so I'm not talking about, there's a couple who's walking on the street and a strange man like sexually harasses the girl, and so the guy feels obligated to. I'm talking about when people set you up. This is a setup. Set you up to fight. You gotta go. Like, I am not engaging in any kind of physical altercation that could damage all of this, and or lock me up and let me lose my job over somebody who set me up for a fight. Let's go to the comments. Chiquita says, from the backseat to the passenger, does that mean it takes time to be the leading woman? Yep, that's exactly what he said. Keep coming home in the middle of the night and it won't be wifey. What you mean, Cardi? Give me more. None of JC music is allowed on YouTube. Yeah, he don't play. And that's okay. I respect it. He said it will be all right. All is well. It'll be all right. If y'all bump heads, it'll be a fight. But I said it'll be all right. Come on. But I said it'll be all right. Come on. Like, let's keep going. And yeah, you're going to get in a physical altercation. You can cause damage to your body. You can end up killing somebody if they hit their head the wrong way on some surface. You can end up getting locked up. But I said it'll be all right. Come on. I cannot. My parents did not come here for me to fight. My mother and my father, they didn't come on no boat, but they didn't come across an American Airlines. Possibly illegally, but I'm not a dry snitch. In order to establish a life here in this country, for me to be fighting with some woman. Okay? I didn't invest in all of this for me to be fighting with my education. I don't have my degrees, but I'm still working on the office, y'all. I didn't invest in all of the degrees that you don't see, but they exist for me to be fighting with some woman. Let's not. Let's go back, Fab. It's all right, Fab. We gonna go back. We gonna listen. We gonna see how much more of a grave you gonna dig for yourself. I'm taking my notes. I hope y'all taking y'all notes. If there's anybody who's joining, I'm Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily, but not exclusively, work with women who are 30 plus to find the partners they deserve. Every Monday at 12 noon, I come on here to analyze the problematic and toxic lyrics of hip hop and R&B music that we all still love and still respect the artists. Don't sue me. I love y'all.
Wanna be with you, wanna be real with you, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. You're the one I want in my life, already got a wife, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go.
So I think this is one of the few songs that I'm right. I don't think, I know. This is one of the few songs that actually don't start with the chorus. It starts with the verse. So this might have been the first time that we're playing the chorus, okay? I don't even need to look at my notes because I know. Well, I'm gonna look anyway. I really want to be with you, but I gotta be real with you. I can't leave you alone. Can't. I'm gonna write that down because I don't like the word can't. You can. You can do anything you want to do. Today's December 21st. Black people who's out there listening, we got our powers, our superpowers. We always had our superpowers. It's in our lineage. It's in our blood. It's in our melanin. Nonetheless, you can do anything. So don't say that you can't let her go, okay? I really want to be with you, but I gotta be real with you. I can't leave you alone. And I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. I know I'm living wrong. What I appreciate is the fact that these folks know that they're dead wrong. I appreciate that. I really do, because most people can't even verbalize to say I'm wrong. They make excuses, they explain away, they find some reason why they're legitimate in whatever they're doing, right? However, so I give you credit where credit is due. I know I'm living wrong, but if you know you're living wrong, come on, live right. Like if you know you living wrong, live right. You know you're wrong. And the thing is like when I live wrong, I don't drink enough water. When I live wrong, I eat too much sugar. When I live wrong, I do something else that does not impact other people but myself. But when you know that you're living wrong and what you're doing directly impacts the life of somebody else, that's just downright selfish and borderline evil. Borderline evil. Don't do that to people. You know that you're dead wrong. You know that you're verbalizing it. You can say it. You wrote it on paper. I don't know if they typed up lyrics, I guess, in the 2000s. You know you're wrong. You wrote it out. You said those words. You're wrong. Stop. This is somebody's whole life. This cheese is not a joke. Like, it's not a joke. Don't do that to people. You know you're wrong, but I can't let you go. You're the one I want in my life. If you're the one you want, if she's the one or he's the one you want in your life, then let go of the wife. You're the one I want in my life. So if you're the one, then let go of the other person. It's not right to hold on to somebody else. And then the audacity, because most of the songs we analyze, unfortunately, are from men. I mean, because men are the ones who run the hip hop industry, and that's fine. So this is not an attack on men per se, but in this case it is. God, I don't even know. I did all that prefacing and I forgot what I was going to say. You're the only one in line. I already got a wife. Like, just let her go. Let her be. Why are you holding on to somebody you know that you're not 100% happy with or 80-20 happy with? And now you're holding up her life, her time, her youth in this society, unfortunately, is what's valued, right? Her good looks, her eggs. Stop wasting people's time. You don't want to be with them, let them go. I already got a wife, but I can't leave you alone. It's foolishness. Let her go. Let her go. Be a decent human being. And I mean, dumping is hard enough. Dump the girl and let her go and be with the chick that you really want to be with, please. 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 Oh, the guy's name is Mike Shorty. Sorry, Mike. No disrespect.
You ain't never step out of line or get out of pocket. So I made sure canary sit out your locket to protect you. I get out and cock it, and you know the barrel of my gun is big enough to spit out a rocket. Oh, you gon' play dumb if cops do come through. I gotta keep the top up if my drop do come through. But I know the boutiques and shops you run through, so I cop her one and cop you one too. You always get a daily.
All right, 2 lines here. You never step out of line or get out of pocket. I'm not really sure what he means. I don't want to be too presumptuous. I assume that's the heat, y'all. I'm sorry. I always turn the heat on right before I come on here because I come in another room and that room be cold. That's the heat, if y'all can hear it. You never step out of line and get out of pocket. So I assume that he means stepping out of line in regards to blowing up their situation, like in regards to telling the main chick that we got something going on or whatever. Or I don't know if he means that she just never is argumentative or problematic with regards to their actual situation or their actual relationship. But never step out of line and get out of pocket. That kind of language just sounds extremely misogynistic. Step out of line. I'm not a child, sir. What do you mean step out of line? Like, two children, they walk, boys on one side, girls on the other side, walking down the hall when they used to be in school. Like, and you step out of line. Like, I'm not a child. Don't tell me about me stepping out of line and not stepping out of line. If I agree or I disagree with you, I'm going to do so with respect. But there's no stepping out of line. I'm a grown-ass woman, dog. Damn, there's another line, too. Step out of line and get out of pocket. Oh, so I make sure Canary's something. Jewelry. Buying her off. Buying her things to have access to her. Buying her things in order to allow her to continue to keep her mouth shut. Which I'm not a fan of. But if she is... You know that phrase, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. Buying her silence. That's right.
Page weekly ring. Plus you ain't too shy to do the freaky things. Ain't gotta put a band on your finger. I worry about you telling the whole world I'm your man while I'm Springer. At first you was something I denied, something I would slide just to do something in the ride. But shorty, something you provide. Cause the entree ain't as good without something on the side,
Let me just take a second to write this, because that one is golden. Because the entree, you're gonna get to that. Ain't nothing without something on the side. Come on, it's a come on for me. All right, because we're gonna get to that, but I didn't want to lose it. So Fab continues to say, she does these freaky things. I don't know if he's insinuating that his main chick or the first girlfriend or the girlfriend or whatever the hell you want to call her doesn't do these freaky things. And so maybe he's not satisfied in the bedroom. But if that's the case, then you need to work with your girlfriend or dump her if you're not fulfilled. At first she was something just to do something in the ride. Just to do something in the ride. You know what I do when I need something to do in the ride? I listen to podcasts, y'all. When I need to do something in the ride when I'm driving because I'm bored, I call my friends. I used to put the phone right here. Like, you have the seat belt and then you put the phone because I was cheap and I didn't get a thingy. And then Andrew got me one and I was happy. That's what I do when I'm bored in a ride. Okay. You listen to the radio unless it's Flex and he keeps dropping the bomb. If you're from New York, you got that reference. I do not have a whole additional relationship just to do something in the ride. All right, Fab. Maybe you live in another life higher than mine. Yeah, he said there's something that you provide. There's just something you provide, right? Because initially he just saw her as something he would deny, but there's something that she provides. Whatever that is, either you need to help your current girlfriend access it, or you need to leave your current girlfriend and be with this girl because it's something that she provides that is just, he can't even find he's a rapper, he's a wordsmith, and he can't find the words for it. So I can't find the words for him. But whatever it is that she provides that's so amazing, that's worth you breaking somebody else's heart, then just leave the girl and get with this one that does all these freaky things and you can keep her in line and all this other kind of foolishness. Okay. Yes, the ghetto. Absolutely. If you like it, I love it. No, actually, Tanya, my favorite underhanded insult is not if you like it, I love it. It's that couldn't be me, or you're better than me. You're better than me. That's a Black person's classic. You're an idiot, and I would never do something so foolish in my life. And so anytime anybody says that to me, I quickly respond in an unsavory way because you're not going to try to play me. Nonetheless, and then damn, I wrote it down and I was fiending to write it down, and then now I can't even read it. Oh, yeah, because an entree ain't nothing without something on the side. Mr. Fabulous, are you insinuating that for the rest of your life, as long as you have a supposed committed girlfriend, fiance, or wife, that you are always going to be messing with somebody else? And if so, this chick that you promoted from the backseat to the passenger, as he says, she can anticipate that she will now be the one who is annoying or frustrating, or what's the word he used, a little bit uptight, because then you'll be replaced. So please, if there's anybody out there who is the side chick and wants the quote unquote promotion, which is no promotion at all, to be the main chick, please understand that when you take that position, that means that the back seat now needs to be filled. So just be mindful of the choices that you make. Whatever choice you make, as a lucid person, I support, but be mindful of karma. Let's finish this up. I did not call that lady's name, Chiquita. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did not read her. I'm not doing that. We only talk about Fabulous featuring Mike Shorley and Little Mo.
Wanna be with you, wanna be real with you, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. You're the one I want in my life, already got away, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. I might be leaving the earth soon. My girl gon' kill me if she smell a tin of your perfume. It's gon' be a clip toss if I go back with stains of your lip gloss on my throwback. She won't care if I'm a platinum rapper, if she catch me with an empty magnum rapper. So keep it on the down low, call the car seller. You seen what happened with Mr. Big and all Kelly.
All right, this one's pretty quick. This is actually my favorite verse. Only because I think it's the funniest, the way he says, "Uh-oh, I might be leaving the earth soon." Nonetheless, he knows, and which I appreciate, that his main chick or the girlfriend or whatever you want to call her knows she don't play. I like her. I like her. She don't play. It might be it might be a clip tossed if I go back, right? So if she finds out that he is engaging in any kind of sexual activity, for those who need a translation, if she finds out that he is engaged in any kind of sexual activity with another woman, a crime might be committed. And he may be the victim, and she might be the unsub, for those who watch Criminal Minds. Shout out to those who watch Criminal Minds, the unsub. So I appreciate that. I appreciate her strength, and I appreciate the fact that Fab wrote that part in, because to me, it helped to empower this like non-existent main chick who seemed so pathetic and seemed, oh my God, this poor girl's getting cheated on and getting insulted too. Like, oh, this other chick is freaky and da-da-da-da-da. Like, if the main chick ain't nobody. So I'm glad she won't care if I'm a platinum rapper. If she sees an empty magnum rapper. I'm not a rapper, y'all. I just come on here and flow with y'all. So I appreciate the fact that she's not going to allow us to be taken advantage of. And that's a message to anybody and everybody who's out there. Do not allow anyone to take advantage of you, no matter what they may be worth financially, no matter what they could provide for you in terms of finances or material items. We are not letting folks take advantage of us. We can make more than what they could ever make. We could do more than they could ever do. We can provide more than they could ever provide. Y'all hear me? Y'all not letting folks take advantage of you because they got some money. You have the capability of making twice the amount. We are living in abundance. We're not living in lack. So you are not going to let folks take advantage of you because of their perceived ability to provide some kind of lifestyle for you that you can provide for yourself if you worked hard enough. Come on now. Come through now. 100%. Come on. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not allowing folks to abuse us, take advantage of us, embarrass us, walk all over us. And I give Fab his props because he dedicated an entire verse to make it abundantly clear that his main chick does not play, and we'll leave him if necessary. So thank you, Fab. That see, I'll be giving credit where credit is due. Thank you, Fab, for giving this girl some kind of backbone and personality. Okay, so we're gonna finish it up here.
You know I can't forget. Anytime a chick is there for you, spending some shit with you, which makes it more clear for you. I wanna be with you, wanna be real with you, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go. You're the one I want in my life, already got away, can't leave you alone. I know I'm living wrong, but I can't let you go.
Thank you, Fab. We didn't care about the next song. Damn. I did like that song, though. All right. So I'm watching the music video, right? So in the music video, if anybody recalls, that the two girls, and they end up at the same restaurant, and they notice that they both have on the same heart-shaped pendant necklace. And I guess they look at each other's necklaces, and they come to the realization that, well, it must have been that the same person gave each of them the same necklace, which, I mean, there's Pandora, but whatever, right? That they came to that realization, and then I guess they started talking. Fab was in the bathroom or wherever, and he comes back, and then he sees the both of them standing there, and they both like are pressing like, what's going on, and blah, blah, blah. And then it transitions to his next music video. So we don't know what happens. We don't know if the main chick stayed. I hope not. We don't know if the side chick stayed. I hope so. And let me tell you why I hope so. I hope so that she could have transitioned from the backseat to the passenger. And then she could have felt what the main chick felt. And good for you, because that's karma. But that's your life and that's your choice. But what's the expression we just said? You better than me. You better than me. Nonetheless, guys, it has been amazing. This has been the longest one I've ever done, 40 minutes and change. So thank you for joining us on this wonderful afternoon. I have plenty of work to get back to. And again, this is Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily, but not exclusively, work with women 30 plus to help them find the love that they deserve. Every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, we come on here as a community to talk about some of the most problematic and toxic hip hop and R&B songs that we loved in our childhood and we still love. But now we have a different point of view. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. And I hope that the rest of you can enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you may be joining us. Thanks, folks. Love you. Adios, amigos.